Good evening. I'm walking home after my shift at the vaccine center at the airport, and I'm just thinking about something I saw. At the airport, there's on-ramps and off-ramps, and there's some new places where they've built some bridges, and there are some of these concrete walls, prefab concrete in strange geometric shapes all put together to build up a space for a overpass and an underpass. And in the cracks of a relatively new one is a plant. In all this pristine concrete, all smooth, there's one weed clinging on to the side. Nobody planted it there. I hardly think there's much dirt in it. But there it is, growing out of the crack, up above my head. The whole wall is just smooth concrete except for these geometric shapes. But there, in one of the cracks, is a plant growing, a weed. You know, life is clinging. It's hanging on. Nobody's decided to put the plant there, but that plant's going to find a place to be. Those seeds are going to take root. I see it all around. Nobody planted on these dirt piles. That wasn't intentional. In fact, what is intentional are these trees that you see planted. But what's unintentional are all the weeds. But they're growing. They're taking over. And wow, life just wants to hang on. It wants to grow. And right in the beginning, it says thorns and thistles will come up because of the fall of man. But it's amazing to me, a thistle's even something beautiful. These weeds, even these weeds, are something beautiful. The tree's having a hard time. You can see it's struggling. But the weeds aren't struggling. And they're everywhere. And they're thriving. Things thrive. Life wants to hang on. It wants to hang on. I know that there's disorder and chaos and death all around us. I know there's entropy and all the ways that science talks about entropy. And yet there's order and there's life. And it's extraordinary. And you see it in the weeds and in the plants. It's amazing to me how overgrown, that's the phrase, how overgrown an unkept place becomes. A garden, a path, you pick it. If nobody cares for it, in a few years there'll be plants growing here. A bird or the wind will carry a seed. Dirt and dust will collect there. And after a while, a plant will grow. Plants grow in all the wrong places. You got to be careful because plants grow in your rain gutters. And that's what a lot of houses, why they have moisture in the walls, because nobody's taking care of the rain gutters. But life is clinging. It's hanging on. It can't really be stopped. That's what I was thinking when I saw that plant growing in a concrete wall. I thought, wow, It was like this, but with bigger cracks. You know, smooth, and then a big crack. And in the big crack, there was a plant growing. You might think that your life is all falling apart and death is hanging over it. Corona, cancer, disease, old age. But the truth is, life continues. People are giving birth. Plants are reproducing. Animals are reproducing. There's a big extinction, I know it. And yet, in the face of that, life is clinging on. Don't care for your garden and see what happens. Cut all the trees down, come back. They'll grow back. They grow back. It takes time. Yeah, life takes time, but they grow back. They might need a little encouragement, but usually something will take their place. So, well, that's what I was thinking on my way home.